If your wife is built like a fridge, what do you do? Let's say you have the love of your life. She's perfect in an emotional sense. She understands you. You connect together. You may live together. You may even have children together. And everything is going well in your fairy tale marriage. But then over time, she starts to gain weight. First, she gets a little bit chunky, then fat, then obese, to the point where you don't feel any physical attraction, any physical connection towards her. What do you do? It seems pretty simple. You just take her to the gym. You tell her to eat healthy. If it was that simple, if it was that easy, then why would anyone in this world be fat? If all we need is just to be told to go to the gym or to eat healthy, men and women alike, then why are so many men and so many women still be unattractive? Why do so many women gain weight and become less attractive as they get in a meaningful relationship, especially if the relationship progresses in the long term? You need to reflect and consider the core reasons why she's fat. You need to address those rather than addressing the weight itself. The answer is she's built like a fridge because she's given up. Women gain weight only when they have given up on themselves and on their relationship. Your wife is built like a industrial American 400-pound heavy duty commercial fridge because she's given up on herself. She's given up on you. She doesn't respect you. If she respected you, she would care so much about how people perceive you when you two are together. If you and your wife go out and she's very overweight, very unattractive, whereas you're a decently looking guy, you work out, you eat healthy, you dress well, people will judge. They will make jokes, they will offer insults, but not at your wife. They will offer these insults and this disrespect to you. Your wife is an extension of you. She's your property. You are responsible for her. So when she has a very poor appearance, when she appears very unhygienic, very unattractive, people won't say, "Look at her, she's so ugly. She's so fat." They will say, "Look at his wife. His wife is so ugly. His wife is so fat. You are the one that's being disrespected." So if your wife genuinely respected you, she would care about this. She will maintain her appearance. She will aim to be always improving her beauty so that when she's with you, people have nothing but compliments to offer, nothing but respect to offer to you. When they look at you, they say, "His wife is so beautiful. They seem like such a great couple." Your wife is also not obedient. Otherwise, she would simply lose weight as soon as you tell her. If your wife was obedient and you notice that she's gaining weight for whatever reason, you could sit her down and say, "From now on, you're going to eat healthy. From now on, you're going to exercise every day." You could even tell her, "From now on, you're going to take Ozempic every day," the cheat code that all these celebrities in the Western world seem to be taking nowadays, because it works. And if your wife is obedient, she will do this for you. She won't argue. She won't fight back. She may not be happy about it. It's not easy going from eating like a pig to eating clean and healthy. It's not easy going from being a lazy couch potato to going to the gym every day. But because you've issued a command, you have issued an instruction, she will obey. And lastly, she's also not feminine, because feminine women naturally have this powerful, innate desire to be beautiful. It's like chasing the dragon for them. No matter how beautiful they are already, truly feminine women always want to improve their appearance. They always want to look cuter in front of their friends. They always want to look more beautiful in front of their parents. They always want to be more sexy in front of you, her husband. So if your wife has gained a lot of weight, that shows to you she's not feminine anymore. She doesn't have this burning desire to look extremely beautiful in a wholesome way, not in an addiction way, which can lead to self harm, in a way where she's always aspiring to become a better version of herself. That's the core issue. The core issue isn't the fact that your wife has gained weight. The core issue is she is no longer respectful, no longer obedient, and no longer feminine. So what do you do? Do you break up? Seems like the obvious answer. Your wife is built like a fridge. You have no sexual chemistry anymore, nothing attracting you to her physically. And I've just said that she's no longer respectful, no longer obedient, no longer feminine. But what if you have kids? Is that all it takes for you to jeopardize the life of your children? Your wife has gained weight because she no longer is that wife quality woman. Does that mean that you abandon this idea of a traditional nuclear family? Is there not some actions that you'd like to take first? Make sure you've tried your best to resolve this? Do you really want your children to grow up without a father, a strong father in their lives at all times? Do you really want your children to spend half of the week or even the full week with this woman, this mother, and then only see you at weekends? What if you have a house together? What if your whole life has been set up in a way where you two complement each other? She knows that you work very hard. She can see that you're a provider. So although she's very unattractive, she may still care for you. She may still cook for you. She may still clean the house for you. Are you ready to do all these things yourself when you break up and you get a divorce and you're no longer living together? Are you prepared to sacrifice several hours of your day that you normally dedicate to your own self-improvement, to your own masculinity, to your own business, that will now be spent towards doing these remedial things that a wife should be doing? What if you have combined finances? You have a combined life. Are you prepared to go through court, not just to fight for custody of your children, but to separate up assets, money, bank accounts? Are you prepared for this to get messy? All because your wife has gained 50 pounds. It seems very premature to do this before you've genuinely exhausted all the options, before you've genuinely done everything you physically can to protect this relationship. What if you force her to work out? What if you grab her by the hair and throw her in the gym and you say you're going to work out and you're going to lose weight? So she might go and work out. She'll hate you for it. Your wife is going through a very depressed, very soul-crushing time period where she's given up on herself and you and your relationship. So your solution to that is to throw your wife, force her, command her to such a harsh extent. So you throw her in the gym. Of course, she'll go and work out, but she will resent you. She will think, I supported this man. I gave him comfort and love through all the times when his life has been doing well and all the times when his life has been doing poorly. I've been with this man and given him my love when he was making a lot of money, and I've been with him when he was broke. But I stayed with him. I believed in him. And now my life seems like a mess. I don't see any desire or motivation to look good. I'm depressed. I'm anxious. I just hate myself. I need my husband. I need him to come save me. And his solution is to force me to exercise because he cares more about how I look than what's going on in my heart right now. This is what your wife will be thinking. Whether it's true in terms of what's actually happening is irrelevant. These are the emotions she will be experiencing. And so you throw your wife in the gym and she exercises today. You do it again tomorrow. But how long can you carry this on? How long can you keep forcing your wife to do something that she feels disgusted at doing? Is this how you influence women? And what about when you can't? What about when you have other commitments, your work, your job, your kids, your family? Do you still think she will continue to go to the gym or continue to eat clean or continue to lose weight? And how can you convince her if she no longer feels feminine? How can you have this heart to heart talk with her to explain just how much her beauty means to you? Because physical attraction in a marriage is very important. Anyone who says it isn't important is lying. Your woman needs to be like the only woman in the world for you. That is the only way you won't lust after other women. You might find other women equally attractive. You may even want to sleep with them. But the fact that your woman is so beautiful in your eyes, so goddamn sexy, is the reason why you won't pursue other women. Instead of becoming so frustrated, instead of clawing your hair out on all the ways that you can make her lose weight, put that time and effort towards addressing the core issues. The fact that she's not respectful, she's not obedient, and she no longer feels feminine. So make her those things. Work hard to make her more respectful. Work hard to make her more obedient. And work hard to make her more feminine, rather than putting all your effort into just her losing weight. What do you do if your wife is built like a commercial fridge? You inspire her. You make her more respectful by becoming a better, more attractive, more desirable man yourself. Before she gained all this weight, in the grand scheme of things, you might have considered yourself to be a 7 out of 10. Not just in looks, but in everything, in terms of the money you make, in terms of your masculinity, in terms of your job, your height, your personality. But you're working hard to improve yourself. And similarly, you might consider your wife to be a 7 out of 10 wife right now. There's room for improvement. You believe in her. As she gains weight, she goes from a 7 out of 10 to a 6 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, and so on. But what if you stay at a 7 out of 10 level? You haven't worsened, she has. But you've not got any better. During the time that she's become a worse version of herself, she looks at you and you are still the same. You haven't improved. So why would she be inspired to improve herself? This is why it's so important as a masculine man. No matter what happens in your life, no matter if your marriage is going well or it's becoming just complete havoc, you must always put time and effort, active energy into improving yourself. What if your wife is becoming a worse version of herself? She's gaining weight. She stopped putting in effort into her appearance. She might even become more and more unhygienic as she becomes more lazy and apathetic. She's given up. But what if she looks at you and she sees you working even harder? What if you're putting all your effort towards making more money, achieving true financial freedom? What if you're hitting the gym hard? What if you're bulking up, leaning down, building this incredible muscular physique? What if you're working so hard to become more masculine, more charismatic, more confident, more sociable? You're becoming a better version of yourself. What would your wife feel then? Well, at first, she will feel shame that my husband hasn't given up. I have. He's still continuing his journey into greatness, whereas I've fallen down. I want to be like him. I want to satisfy him. There might even be a sense of insecurity and anxiety. She might think if this carries on, my husband could find a better wife, a younger wife, a more attractive wife, a more fertile wife. She could give him all the lust and the love that right now I'm unable to. I don't want that. I love my husband. He's becoming a far better version of himself. I better start becoming a better version of myself. I better start losing weight, putting more effort into my appearance, becoming the woman of his dreams, so he never has any reason to look at other women. When your wife respects you, respects your hard work, and can see just what a superior version you're becoming, out of respect, she will want to do the same because you've inspired her. Similarly, you make her more obedient by issuing frequent but very small commands. Forcing your wife and commanding her to go to the gym is a huge instruction. She's became so lazy, so tired, exhausted, fatigued, depressed, negative. And you throw her in the gym and you tell her she must now exercise. She must now eat clean. That's a complete 180. To her, that might seem completely unreasonable. To her, that might seem that you hate her. But what if you issued smaller commands? What if instead of forcing her to do all these things, you tell her that from now on, she must eat a clean breakfast? No sugary snacks, no carbs, a high fat, high protein breakfast, whole eggs with meat, cheese, no bread, no croissants, no jam, full fat butter. That still requires effort, but you can see why. That is a lot easier to do, a lot more reasonable for her to accomplish than doing everything at once. And you can tell her, this is my instruction. You must eat a clean breakfast, but everything else that you do, go ahead and do it. If you want to eat like shit for lunch and dinner, go right ahead. If you want to continue being lazy and not go to the gym, that's fine. But you must eat a clean breakfast. That is my command. That is a lot easier to follow, a lot more reasonable than doing everything. And then as she does this, and as she's able to follow this command without you requiring to put too much effort in, having to tell her again and again, then in addition to this command, you add on more frequent commands, small commands. Then you could say to her, continue eating the clean breakfast. And from now, I want you to eat a clean lunch. Then as she's mastered this command naturally, you can command her to eat a clean dinner. Then you can command her to go to the gym once a week, just once. When she's mastered that, then twice a week, then 3 times a week, and so on. By issuing these small, frequent commands, you're building your wife to become more obedient because this is a lot easier for her to do than doing everything at once. You make your wife more feminine by exuding this pure masculine energy yourself. If you want your wife to be ultra feminine, to be a cute girl, to care about her appearance, to always strive to improve her beauty, which is exactly what every top-tier masculine husband should want of his wife. That is the core minimum that she should be doing. Then you need to become her equal opposite. You need to become a strong, dominant, masculine man that exudes this sex appeal, that's always becoming a better version of himself, that's becoming more attractive, more stoic, more calm, able to take charge and get things done. She will look at you with awe and want to become your equal opposite. Naturally, she will start caring about how she presents herself to the world. Naturally, she will start caring about how she looks, what she wears, her figure, her face, her legs, her arms, everything. And the last thing is to give her compliments, but only on the things that she puts time and effort into, not on the things that she can do easily, even if she hasn't made much progress yet. You tell your wife to eat clean and hit the gym. The eating clean part is easy for her. She doesn't really have an appetite anyway. So she abandons all the junk food, all the ultra processed food, and she starts eating clean. Do you give her compliments on this? No. Because she hasn't required to put in a lot of time and effort into this. She was able to do this quite easily. It doesn't mean a big deal to her. But she hates going to the gym. She feels insecure. She feels all the other women gossip about her, laugh at her that she's overweight. She thinks all the other guys make jokes about her. She doesn't like doing the exercises because they're uncomfortable, they hurt. She's already so tired and exhausted. And after the gym, she feels completely drained. She doesn't like the gym, but when you command her to go to the gym, or you take her yourself and you work out with her, she does it. That's when you compliment her. Imagine if you tell her to do squats, and she hates doing squats because they hurt, and she thinks people will judge her. And after she's finished the set, you look at her with awe, with love hearts in your eyes, and you say, I am so proud of you. You did them perfectly. In fact, your ass looked so juicy. How would she feel now? That insecurity, that anxiety, the self-hate gets turned into self-esteem. That gets turned into self-love. She feels good. Hey, my husband said I did this exercise perfectly. My husband thinks that I look sexy. Even if she didn't do the exercise perfectly, even if she doesn't look sexy, that's irrelevant. Shower her with compliments on things that she's put time and effort into, so she wants to do more of it. Be patient. Turning your woman from an industrial fridge shape to a sexy, slim or curvy hourglass figure takes time. Your wife gained all this weight and she gave up on herself, at life, on your relationship over many months and years. So you need to allow her a little bit of time to build up to a better version of herself. Don't just expect fast, rapid changes. Treat it like a marathon rather than a sprint. And most importantly, don't give up on her. If you give up on her, you're giving up on your relationship, on your future, and on yourself. This woman may have been with you through your difficult times, when you've been depressed, when you've given up on life, when you've been broke. She chose to stay with you. She chose to support you, maybe not financially, but through her love and comfort. Now she needs you. So before you ever consider ending a relationship or ending a marriage, genuinely try and fix it. Genuinely try to save your marriage. Exhaust all the options. This is the difference between me and every other dating so-called experts that you see online, these absolutely retarded dating coaches on social media, these random people giving advice on Reddit and other forums. They would tell you to end the relationship. I am the only man, the only guy who's helping young men save their relationships. I believe that when you marry a woman, you make a vow under God. You vow to love each other and be with each other in sickness and in health. Well, right now she's undergoing a sickness. You can't just abandon her when she needs you, at least not before you've exhausted everything. Despite what you believe or what you hear, most marriages can be saved. Most marriages end in divorce because of pride, because people would rather believe that they can find someone better than put effort into saving this meaningful relationship with someone that was once their soulmate. I made this guide on the screen, 3 signs that she's wife quality. It goes into so much detail about what it means for your wife to be respectful, what it means for her to be obedient and feminine, and how do you make your wife these 3 things? How do you know that your wife is respectful, obedient, and feminine? How do you know when she's not being respectful, obedient, and feminine? It's only an hour and 10 minutes long. And I promise, if you watch it properly, not on 2x speed, just put it full screen, turn off every other distraction, and just pay attention. If you watch this properly and you take action on what you learn, I promise to you, it will save your marriage. Even if you're not married right now, you will know exactly what to do in the future. You'll be able to navigate every problem that arises because of shortfalls through your wife's respect, obedience, and femininity. So go watch it now, and it will save your future marriage. Take care.